Hey everybody, welcome to Valentine TV. The reaction today is coming from Chronicle Speaks. You can find it on YouTube, also in the description of this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow. I'm doing great. I forgot to turn that down, but other than that, yeah, first video today. Y'all know how that goes. Okay, here we go. All right. This I know y'all tired of hearing about Diddy, but Diddy's still crying. Diddy's still crying. So I went to Chronicle Speaks because I already know that she on it today. Now this is the latest on him because this is today. All right. So I just wanted to share a little bit with y'all, see what y'all thought about it.
Every time Diddy makes a request to the judge, Judge Aaron is like,
Hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
so let's break down everything that just went down in Sean P. Diddy Combs' federal sentencing, the 50-month prison term, what he tried to request, and why the judge told him no. So we all know that Judge Subramanian of the Southern District of New York officially sentenced Diddy to 50 months in federal prison. That's 4 years and 2 months. This is official. The judgment has been filed, and he's
Lord, I wish it was a straight 4 months. Years. Straight. No stop. Do not pass go. Do not collect any money.
now remanded into federal custody. That means no waiting at home, no more bail, no halfway houses. He is officially going in. It's officially can't stop, won't stop. But here's where things get interesting. Diddy actually made a special request during sentencing. He wanted to serve his time at Fort Dix, that's DIX, Federal Correction Institution in New Jersey. Now, if you don't know, Fort Dix is one of the better low security federal prisons. It's cleaner, it has more open space, and it is known for offering more educational programs. In other words, it's one of the more comfortable spots to do federal time. But they're obviously not concerned about Diddy's comfortability because Judge Subramanian said hell to the no. And here's why. Fort Dix is already overcrowded, and the judge didn't want to give Diddy special treatment or place him somewhere that might give him easier access to outside communication or privileges. The judge made it
Exactly.
clear that Diddy will not be assigned based on personal preference. Instead, he'll be assigned based on ability and security needs. Translation: Diddy
Uh-oh,
he
sorry.
doesn't get to pick his own prison. The Bureau
Yeah, because, it's like he's still running the darn the show. He darn get to, I want to do this. I want to speak to the judge. I want to send in some tapes. I want to sing XYZ, all that ABC 1 2 3, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, nope. You going? They would, y'all. They trying to keep Diddy close to New York, and y'all already know why. Y'all know why Lil Rod's case thing tomorrow, and then the two young ladies like separately. I don't think both of them in New York though. Anyway, and then Mr. Hay, Jonathan Hay in the house. Yeah, that's why keep him close. Ain't no running here. You ain't gonna run over there and try to get up with your friend Westwood over there in the UK. I can't wait for him.
of Prison decides where he goes, likely somewhere near New York, but not necessarily Fort Dix. So it's not time for Diddy to be moping and groping and hanging that bottom lip just yet. Although the judge did deny the Fort Dix request, he did recommend that Diddy be placed as close to the New York area as possible and that he be considered for the Residential Drug Abuse Program, also known as REDAP. Now, this is actually a huge deal because REDAP is one of the only programs in the federal system that can actually reduce your sentence. If Diddy qualifies,
I thought you couldn't get on that program if you had felonies or a ex crime. One or the other. I did hear that, y'all. That if you got an ex crime or you are, what you call it? Mean. What you call it? you can lay hands and stuff. Dang it. Mean X crime or um y'all know what I said. Okay.
Qualifies and completes it successfully, it could knock up to a full year off his time, but eligibility depends on having a documented history of substance abuse, which he checks there. So it's not guaranteed, but the Bureau of
Yes,
Prisons
it is.
makes that call, not the judge. Now let's talk about what he'll really serve. Now, Diddy got 50 months, but he's already spent about a year locked up waiting for his sentencing. Now, under federal law, that year counts towards his time. So 50 months minus 12 months is about 38 months left. So from there, he can also earn good behavior credit, which can take off about another 7 to 8 months. And if he gets accepted into the REDAP program and completes it successfully, that's up to 12 months off. So
That's a big freaking if though. Okay? If. Uh-uh. We gotta add some more time on. You might get through this one fine and dandy. But before you walk out them doors, they're gonna smack you with something else. That's what I think.
in total, he could be out in roughly 18 to 20 months, about a year and a half from now, meaning if all goes right for Diddy, he could walk out sometime in mid to late 2027. So now let's get into the forfeitures, because this is the part where the money and the punishment actually meet. The court ordered Diddy to forfeit all property and assets tied to count 3 and count 5 of his indictment. The judgment specifically says all property used or intended to be used to commit or facilitate the crime. So that includes anything connected to the criminal activity: bank accounts, property, cars, devices, business interests, all of that. It all played a role and it's all gone. The October 3rd forfeiture order made it official. The government can now seize or sell those items under federal law. When Diddy gets out, it doesn't just end there. Diddy will be on strict supervised release, and the conditions are no joke. Diddy must not commit another federal, state, or local crime. He must not unlawfully possess a controlled substance. He must refrain from the unlawful use of a controlled substance.
Y'all, he done failed one already. Already. We already know. You got 4 cases about to knock you out. So you already number one. Okay.
He must submit to drug testing within 15 days of his release and at least 2 periodic drug testings thereafter, as determined by the court. He must cooperate in the collection of DNA as directed by the probation officer. Now, I forgot to mention his probation time is 5 years, and you already know you cannot get in trouble. You can't even sneeze the wrong way within those 5 years. He must also report to the probation office in the federal judicial district where you are authorized to reside within 72 hours of your release from imprisonment, unless the probation officer instructs you to report to a different probation office or within a
Sorry.
different time frame. After
Sorry, y'all.
initially reporting to the
Let's
probation
speed it
office,
up a little
you
bit.
will receive instructions from the
Oh
court
my
or the
God.
probation officer about how and when you must report to the probation officer, and you must report to the probation officer as instructed. You must not knowingly leave the federal judicial district where you are authorized to reside without first getting permission from the court or the probation officer. You know, Diddy likes to hop on that jet and go wherever he wants. This is going to be a problem. You must answer truthfully the questions asked by your probation officer. You must live at a place approved by the probation officer. If you plan to change where you live or anything about your living arrangements, such as the people who live with you, you must notify the probation officer at least 10 days before the change. If notifying the probation officer in advance is not possible due to the unanticipated circumstances, you must notify the probation officer within 72 hours of becoming aware of a change or expected change. You must allow the probation officer to visit you at any time at your home or elsewhere, and you must permit the probation officer to take any items prohibited by the conditions of your supervision that he or she may observe in plain view. You must work full time, at least 30 hours per week, at a lawful type of employment unless the probation officer excuses you from doing so. If you do not have full-time employment, you must try to
Y'all know he gonna excuse that part because Diddy cannot work a job. Where he going with a felony, 2 felonies? Where he going? And he did it. And we know what we know. But plus he can't work no regular job. celebrity, right? But I think the probation officer may excuse that one. I hope he have a good one too. A real like a good one for us, the people, right?
Find full-time employment unless the probation officer excuses you from doing so. If you plan to change your work or anything about your work, such as your position or your job responsibility, you must notify the probation officer at least 10 days before the change. If notifying the probation officer at least 10 days in advance is not possible due to unexpected circumstances, you must notify the probation officer within 72 hours of becoming aware of a change or expected change. You must not communicate or interact with someone you know is engaged in criminal activity. If you know someone has been convicted of a felony,
Lord, that's gonna be a lot. Let's see. It's gonna be a lot. Cause it's been a lot of celebrities or different people that's been to jail that we don't even know about. We don't even know about because they paid it off and didn't have to serve no time. They just got probation probably. I'm just saying. So whenever I don't think he's gonna ever get out when these cases smack. Cause I think Lil Ross tomorrow, y'all. Lil Ross tomorrow. And then and then the DNG lady, and then another one that was great that kidnapped and all that at 12 and did it bought them at 14. You know what I'm saying? 14 pieces of bread or something. All right, let's go.
you must not knowingly communicate or interact with that person without first getting the permission of the probation officer. If you are arrested or questioned by a law enforcement officer, you must notify the probation officer within 72 hours. You must not own, possess, or have any access to a firearm, ammunition, destructive device, or dangerous weapon, i.e., anything that was designed or was modified for the specific purpose of causing bodily injury or death to another person, such as nunchucks or lasers. You must not act or make any agreement with a law enforcement agency to act as a confidential human source or informant without first getting the permission of the court. You must follow the instructions of the probation officer related to the conditions of supervision. You must submit to a search of your person, property, residence, office, vehicle, papers, computers, as defined by the 18 USC code, cell phones, and other devices or media used for electronic communication, data storage, cloud storage, or network. So let's move down to the next one. The probation officer may conduct a search under this condition only when there is reasonable suspicion that you have violated a condition of your supervision or committed a new crime, and that the areas to be searched contain evidence of this violation or crime. The search must be conducted by a United States probation officer, although other law enforcement officers may assist the probation officer. The search must be conducted at a reasonable time and in reasonable manner. Failure to submit to a search may be grounds of revocation of release. You must warn any other occupants that the premise may be subject to searches pursuant to this condition.
All right. What does it mean? What do they mean? A reasonable time and in a reasonable manner. A reasonable time, so you gonna know about what time they coming. So you can do what you gotta do at 3 a.m., 2 a.m., right? What's a reasonable time? 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, all the way to what? 11 or 12? Midnight? That's crazy. I don't know. It may not be the song, but it is to me. All right, let's go. Let's go.
You must not have contact with the victims in this case. This includes any physical, visual, written, or telephonic contact with such persons. Additionally, you must not directly cause or encourage anyone else to have such contact with the victims. You must provide the probation officer with access to any requested financial information. You must not incur any new credit card charges or open additional lines of credit without the approval of the probation officer unless you are in compliance with the installment payment schedule. You will participate in an outpatient treatment program approved by the United States Probation Office, which program may include testing to determine whether you have reverted to using drugs or alcohol. You must contribute to the cost of services rendered based on your ability to pay and the availability of third-party payments. The court authorizes the release of available drug treatment evaluation and reports, including the pre-sentence investigation report, to the substance use disorder treatment provider. You must participate in an outpatient mental health treatment program approved by the United States Probation Office. You must continue to take any prescribed medications unless otherwise instructed by your healthcare provider. You must contribute to the cost of.
Hey, I wonder what that med gonna be. Y'all know what I'm thinking about. I don't know the name of it, but I know. I know you're gonna have to take some for the rest of his life. Right? Y'all know it.
Services rendered based on your ability to pay and the availability of third-party payments.
What
The
is?
court authorizes the release of available psychological and psychiatric evaluation and reports, including the pre-sentence investigation report, to the healthcare provider. You must participate in an approved program for domestic violence. It is recommended that you be supervised by the district of residence. Diddy has an assessment of $200 and a fine of $500,000, which has to be paid in the next 60 days. And the last check part here talks about the forfeiture. So count 3 and 5 in Diddy's federal case are the sex trafficking and money laundering counts, the most serious parts of his indictment. Part 3 accused him of coercing and transporting victims across state lines for illegal sexual activity, while Count 5 charged him with moving and hiding money connected to that criminal conduct through his companies and accounts. And because those crimes involved using property, money, and business resources to commit or conceal illegal acts, the court ordered a forfeiture, meaning the government can seize anything used or gained from the crimes. That can include homes or studios where the acts occurred, vehicles or jets used to transport victims, bank accounts that move the money, phones, hard drives, and even business assets that help facilitate.
And that was them idiots crying at the courthouse, not crying but clapping and cheering, and not crying there, clapping and cheering and crying with joy that, oh, he didn't get the Rico, he didn't get the Rico. But look at all this what he got to go through. Huh? So it's fine with me.
These offenses. So with Diddy having this 5-year probation, every move will be monitored, and even one slip, like a failed drug test, missed meeting, or unauthorized trip, could send him right back to federal prison. So while it sounds like he does have freedom, or he will have freedom after those 5 years, those 5 years will come with very little room for error. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on in?
That's it. All right, thank you, Chronicle Speaks. I knew she was gonna break that thing way down. She always does. Thank y'all for joining Valentine TV. I appreciate it. I will see y'all in a minute. Okay. And please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and also share it if you can. All right. Thank y'all for coming to Valentine TV. I appreciate it. Bye, y'all.